Get ready to get ready.
Coming to you live from the MFG studios
In the heart of America's summer golf capital, we help you play better golf. It's time to get your game on.
and take it deep.
This is the Mike Fay Golf Show.
Here's your host, Mike Fay.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome back, Mr. Guastella. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. Mike, how you doing? Good to see you again.
Good. Good to see you, too. It's pretty awesome. We're getting this rolling back again. It's been a while. In fact, we were just looking back at the date, and it was at the beginning of COVID when we stopped doing this. So I'm pretty excited about starting this back up again. We got a lot to talk about. Mr. Helman will be joining us shortly. But I wanted to start out, Frank, talking about the state of golf and what's going on here. Last summer was crazy for golf. I'm sure it was the same thing for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was very busy. What I see is it's nice. There's a resurgence in golf. There's young people playing. There's older people getting back into the game. It's a pretty exciting time to be involved in the game of golf. Now, to me, Mike, the biggest thing is, can we retain these people? Once things start opening up a little bit more, are we going to lose some of those people? Are people going to go back to doing what they were doing before? Are they going to be, heavily involved in their kids' lives, taking them to soccer games, to ballet, to softball, to this, to that? Are they going to have the time to continue to play? And those that did come back and play last year, one of the things I want to know is, did you really have fun? I mean, was it good for you? Did you go out there and make some good contact? Did you see the ball get airborne? Things like that make people enthused about golf and want them, and make them want to come back and play. So I'm hoping this year that we can capitalize on this insurgent of play that we had last year and see if we can retain these people. That's been one of the biggest problems with golf, is we have not retained a lot of people that have at least tried the game. So we're lucky right now. We've got a lot of interest in the game. Let's keep it going. What do you think?
Absolutely. No doubt about that. I caught a lot of beginner golfers last year that came to me and said, I don't have any golf clubs. I don't have anything. Let's go, which was awesome. And they were very excited to learn and hit the ball and all that kind of stuff. Freeing up people's schedules, right, is totally different now, and I think that people being able to go, we were listening to Lucy bark, which is fun. People being able to, set their own schedules and stuff like that, we're going to see if that continues or not. If they can set their own schedules, they can take control of their lives, and that's where we saw golf. Also, the advantage of being golf, it's outside. You're by yourself. You're not huddled in with a group of people, and a lot of people really like that too. They really did.
Yeah, the other good thing too, Mike, is people that are working at home probably do have a little bit more time now too. If they want to go play a quick 9 or go to the driving range and hit some balls, they have that they have that time now. It's not like they have to leave an office and come back. If you're working at home, you're probably making your own schedule anyway. So a lot of good came out of COVID for golf.
It did really. I mean, I haven't seen this many numbers put up on the scoreboard since the I don't know, late 90s, early 2000s probably.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because things started declining in about 1995 is when we started to see the downward trend in the game. And, it was nice to see the radar go up for once. And let's just hope it keeps trending up. I mean, but again, like we were talking about as PGA professionals, that's part of our job to get out there and promote the game, teach the game, and make people really excited about it. We have to be the leaders in that field, I think.
Absolutely, we have to. Sure did excite me when I got a whole bunch of beginners last summer. That was neat.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. be able to do that with people and
It
show them the game we love and why we love it, which is pretty cool.
it is, and then it excites you too when you see the player get better.
Sure.
You're doing your job, and it's just fun to see the smiles on the faces, and the more the player gets better, the more they're going to want to play golf, which means they're going to spend money at whatever facility they're going to. If you're at a private club, obviously you're going to play more at the club. You're going to use the facilities at the club. If you are a public course player, you're going to go to that particular golf course, on a regular basis. You're going to maybe buy something out of the pro shop. You're maybe going to have a drink or two after you get through playing, or something to eat. So there's a lot of good things that can come out of this. As long as we can continue to retain play and keep people as enthused as they were last year. I mean, look at the Metropolitan Detroit Golfer Facebook page. That thing blew up. 30,000. I think they've got 30,000 people on there now.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's a big number. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of.
We got a lot of, that's the other thing too. Since our last show, I'm now in the Detroit area, so I'm very, very excited to be down here, you guys.
That is cool.
Back home. Yeah, and we're at Walnut Creek, so I'm excited to be teaching everyone down here, and no, it's all good. That's, you see the intro. We got all the things that we'll be switching up the intro and that, but the things that Detroit's known for, and it's cool. We've got an awesome base of people here that love golf, and hopefully all of our social media posts, Frank and myself, and Jay, Brent, and all that. We hope that you guys enjoy it. We hope that you learn a little bit from it and take it to the course and have more fun, and that's what it's all about.
Well, personally, I'm glad you're back where you belong. I thought you've belonged down here anyway. This is where you're from. There's a lot of golf enthusiasts down here, and Mike, I've got no doubt that you're gonna have just a great 2021, even better than 2020.
And 2020 was something else. So I'm excited
sure
about
was.
this year. I'm excited about this year. I am back, I have to be honest. I did have some neck surgery. If you saw it on Facebook, it was pretty tough. So I had my neck fused like Peyton Manning, and I'm hoping to win the Super Bowl in the next 3 years. That's what he did, right? So
yes, he did.
I'm feeling much better than I did back at the first of the year. It's a process. Golf God says that maybe I might be able to swing a club here in June. So I'm excited about that, but the teaching goes on. So back at it, which is pretty cool. And thank you guys so much to my doctors and everyone for helping me, because it was a lot of pain, and it's over. So now we just got to rehab, get the neck stronger, and do better. So anyway, Frank, our next topic that I wanted to talk to you about was sports cards. And not all of everyone that follows what we do know what you do on the side with sports cards, which I find is really cool. You want to tell them what you've built over how many years? How many years has it been since you had FG cards?
Well, FG cards has been in existence probably now close to 15 years, Mike.
Okay.
It started just, I've been on Facebook almost since the inception of Facebook selling. But prior to that, what I used to do was set up at shows. I'd do the Gibraltar shows. I would go out of town. I went to Cleveland, to Pittsburgh, to Chicago, and I sold sports cards basically. And it's something that I really started doing. My start was back in about 1975 when I got out of college, and I told this to Dr. Jim Beckett from Beckett Publications last week, because I was on one of his podcasts. I got home from college. I'm sitting there reading the Detroit News one day, and I see this ad in the Detroit News for the sport hobbyist selling 1975 Topps full sets. and I saw the address of the store, and it wasn't far from where I live, so I hopped in my car and went there. Well, I walked in, and instead of buying a 1975 set, I bought two 800 count boxes of 1972 Topps cards. And when I got the cards home and opened the boxes, the gentleman that sold me the cards didn't remove anything. There was Willie Mays in there. There was Hank Aaron's. There was the high numbers. There was Nolan Ryan's. There was Roberto Clemente's. I mean, it was just a treasure trove of these cards. And I paid $5 a piece for each box. So for $10, I got 1,600 cards. And like I said, he didn't pull any of the bad card or the the real high dollar cards out of it. He just kept them in there. From there I started. I joined the Motor City Sports Collectors Club, and back in those days in the 70s, we would go to each other's house, and you'd bring all your cards and you trade and swap, with guys in the club. And then I started doing shows back in, I think I did my first show in 1976. And, just kind of continued to stay in the hobby for all these years. And I actually started collecting cards when I was 6 years old in 1958. That's when I bought my first pack of cards. But now primarily what I do, Mike, is I sell on the internet as FG Cards, as you know. And that's my eBay ID. And I do predominantly all eBay now instead of, setting up at shows. It's a lot easier. I can do it from the house here. And it's a lot of fun. I still have a passion for it, just like I have a passion for teaching golf. And there's a lot of similarities too, You got to have a good mentor.
Yes, you do. Well, welcome in. Sliding in, sir. Oh, I don't think he can hear us yet. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can hear you now. Yeah, I got you.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. How are you, my friend?
Sorry, I'm late for my tea time, boys.
Well,
but I have a good excuse, Frank. I was picking up my break cards, so I'm back into cards as well. There's a huge market for it, and there's a lot of money in the industry right now. So it's pretty interesting. The first lockdown got me back into it. I went into storage, got everything out of storage, dug it all up, and then started researching it all. And I've been doing that for the past, 5 months, I guess. So, and I've been in some live breaks and pulling some good cards. And it's more of an investment right now. It's a hobby, but it's also an investment. So, looking forward to cashing out on some of these cards. But
hey Jay, why don't you tell them kind of like the difference between what you do and what I do? Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, Frank's been he's been my mentor the last little while, last 4 or 5 months. I just texting back and forth, emailing, what about this? What about that? Like, I didn't really know what to do or where to go. So and then he's helping me. He doesn't know this yet, but soon in setting up an eBay store because I've sent a lot of cards in for grading. And so I'm not going to be really, competing, but just I have a stack of boxes over here of stuff that I've been collecting and stuff to go in. This one just today. A nice little Aaron Rodgers. So, well, it didn't come today, but it came in a box, and I pulled it out of a box. So, it's pretty interesting to see what the value is in these cards. And if you did a quick search on eBay on some of these things, there's some cards that are like $1.2 million, which is pretty crazy. At least they're listed for that. Who knows what they're going to sell for, but it's pretty crazy in the industry right now. So a few of these cards are even listed at moderate cards, 60,000. So I've got a lot of Tiger cards now. Got a few rookie cards, and I'm just in the process of collecting right now. And then sending them in for grading, and then hopefully be selling them down the road as investments. So we'll see what happens as we go along here, but it's pretty fun. I have cards from 40 years ago that just gone in to get graded, so they won't come back for a while, but because they're busy, the industry's busy. So like Beckett, I sent mine to Beckett. The guys have been great there, communication wise, back and forth on what to do, and sort of if you're a newbie kind of to industry or sending stuff in, they've been very helpful. So be pretty loyal to Beckett, as they've been getting back to me, send an email, and they're back in 1 or 2 days with the answer. So they've been awesome. So Frank's got the store, and I'm developing. I'm a rookie. So it's fun. I love it.
Mainly the difference between, for our viewing audience, I sell predominantly what's known as vintage sports cards. What I sell is basically from 1910 till about 1979. Jay's more into the modern or the newer stuff, which, correct me if I'm wrong, Jason, with your stuff is maybe from the early 80s till now. So you're a little bit more into the modern aspect of the card collecting industry. I'm into more of the vintage aspect of the hobby, and like you said, we've seen tremendous growth over the time period that, again, COVID started, similar to kind of like golf. While people were indoors, they did what Jason did. They went back into their closets, they went back into their storage units, pulled out the old cards, started looking at them, started seeing some of the things going on, listening to influencers like Gary V and Vegas Dave, and people talk about, sport card collecting is becoming the next big thing in collectibles. So it really spawned a huge interest within the industry. And like Jason said, we're seeing tremendous prices for some of the things that we sell. I think I told Mike, told you this earlier before we went on the air. I sold a PSA 6 Wayne Gretzky 78-79 O-Pee-Chee card for $7,300. I mean, a year ago, that same card in that condition might have gone for a little over $1,000. So I mean, you can see some tremendous jumps. And then there's a lot of institutional money within the industry now that we didn't see in the past. When there was the market crash of sports cards there in the early 1990s, after the mass production of product from 1988 to 1992, that's totally different than what's going on now. There was no social media back then. You didn't have 24/7 access to sports cards and sports cards information. Now, you have podcasts, you have magazines, you have social media talking about what sports cards are doing and other collectibles as well. So we've really seen a tremendous pop and growth in the market, similar to what we saw in golf. And like Jason talked about, sometimes you got to have a mentor, you got to have a golf teacher. Sometimes you need a sport card teacher, just to kind of give you history, give you a background, understand what goes on in the grading process. Not every card that you pull out of a pack, you might think that you're going to get a score of a 10, which is the highest you can in any of the grading companies. There's a lot of things that a grader looks at. Are your fingerprints on the card? Is there scratches? There's a little corner ding. Is it centered correctly? I mean, a lot goes into this. So, somebody that's never been in the industry or in the hobby, they need to know that kind of information, and it's just like I said, it's like being a golf pro, teaching somebody how to golf. Here you're just teaching somebody about the history and what to look for in sports cards. I love having the opportunity to talk to Jason. We had some great conversations. a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm still super excited because obviously, if you're I'm looking at it as more of an investment thing. I mean, I'm collecting too, but like can't hang on to it forever, right? So, here's 3 of these cards. So these are 3 Tiger cards here. I don't know if you can see them. I'll try and hold them on an angle where there's no shine. But
Yeah, we can see.
these are the ones. These are the ones. The last auction I saw go was $31,000, and that was obviously a graded card. This is ungraded cards, but like one of these is definitely not a 10. I can tell you because I have all the tools now to pretty much figure it out. Actually, I sent Frank the information on this little magnifying glass here. That was really cool that I used. It's got ultraviolet light. It's got super magnifier. I don't want to geek out here, but like, if these cards are worth that much money and selling for that much money, and I've got 3 of them, and they go in an auction at 31,000, like that's well worth the hobby. You know what I mean? If the potential is there to earn that kind of revenue, I'm happy to do it. So I've been collecting a lot of the Tiger cards, and they're all going in for grading soon. If I stop ordering stuff, that would be good. I can send them in. But it's a bit addicting. I keep getting, I'm waiting for the next box, and then I pull an Aaron Rodgers card here from 2006, a 2006, box, and then, I don't think I have any more cards coming. Actually, I haven't ordered any more cards in the last 2 weeks, so maybe it's time to do a submission. But it's certainly interesting, and if they're valuable, and like Frank said, there's a lot of industry or a lot of companies buying these and getting either their employees to purchase shares of the card, and then if they sell the card down the road for $1 million, if they happen to have one of those rare cards, they're going to get paid out in that share. Well, that's a nice little retirement bonus, right? So there's a few really good articles written in the last little while about that. So it's I'm looking at it as more of the investment thing and also sort of a fun collecting thing at the same time. But obviously, hopefully to make a few dollars off it too.
We have investment brokers now putting portfolios together of sports cards. I mean,
Really?
it's just like Jason said, because there's a company called Dibs where you can buy fractional shares of a card. I actually signed up for Dibs just to kind of get myself educated on it. And periodically I'll get emails from them saying, we got this card up for sale this week, this card up for sale. Here's what the shares are a piece. You can buy as many as you want. And, once it's closed, it's closed. So, we didn't see this back in the 80s and the early 90s when the card market was going crazy back in those days. So a lot of different things going on too. You got like NBA Top Shot. That's just a virtual picture of something. It's not something you're going to hold in your hand. Too. It's not, it's not like having Wayne Gretzky here. It's a virtual thing. And, I'm just starting to learn a little bit about that stuff. It's not something I have a great interest in, but it's part of the industry, and you might as well know all you can about what's going on.
Yeah, the NBA, I think, is the only one right now doing blockchain videos where they sell moments. So, was it LeBron? Like it was LeBron dunk or something like that. You can buy it for $25,000. Then there was an article, I think I was in Forbes, I think maybe last week or the week before. Some guy spent $177,000 and bought these moments, several different moments of the NBA videos, which I'm not quite down with all of like I can watch it on YouTube. I don't understand why I have to own it, but and now they're worth $20 million. So that's the guy's retired, and he was a young guy, so like 30 something years old, and put all his money into doing it right away and whatever he had. So pretty 177. That return is pretty good.
Yeah,
It's real good.
No doubt about that.
I mean, that's
Really,
obviously
really
a high
good.
risk, but if you're, it's like, you're in the market now. It's the first thing that's out. It's the first sport that's selling these moments. Apparently NHL is right behind them now. And one other, I was just talking to the guy who's picking up my my cards from the draw that I was in, and he said the NHL, and I don't know if it was the NFL or if it was Major League Baseball, but one of those one of those sports is right behind the NBA in doing the moments. So, like, could you imagine, the Tiger just last roll in at the Augusta on 16, selling that moment, and you buy it for 25,000, and it all of a sudden goes to like $5 million or $3 million or whatever, right? Somebody wants to buy it. How good is that? I don't know if it would sell for that cheap that early, but who knows? That seems to be where all the prices are of these videos, around $17,000 to $25,000. So not everybody has that kind of money floating around, but if you could, would you?
Well,
Right.
I mean, how many are you going to have? Just one of that moment?
You're the only one that owns that. You're the only one that owns that moment.
Right.
Through that blockchain video or whatever it is. So it's you're the owner.
Yeah.
It's a one of one that they're selling. So they're not selling another of the same video kind of a thing, which, like I said, you can obviously find it in other places. I'm not quite certain how all of that works out, but I don't really grasp the concept, actually, to be honest with you. But it's because you don't have
Well,
anything
virtual
tangible.
cards, right?
Yeah, it's not tangible.
It's not tangible. You don't have it in your hand. So, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I get that it's virtual and digital, but and it's a one-of moment, but like it's a one-of moment that I could just go pull up when I wanted to pull it up somewhere else. So it's that's the part I don't grasp. But I'm sure there's somebody that can give me an explanation on it. But it's certainly new to the industry and different way of investing in something. If someone can turn $177,000 into 20 million in like a couple weeks, like how crazy is that?
Well, heading back to sports cards, what publications or things do you guys use to find out the value of these cards and which ones to go try to get?
Go ahead, Frank.
I use a couple of different things. I got this is the SMR put out by PSA that has all your PSA prices in it, and then I also use Beckett Publications. Jason, what do you use?
I have Beckett Publications right behind me here, as well. They all seem to. I don't quite understand their system, but then there's you can also use eBay. There's sold throughs on eBay. There's 130point.com. 130point.com. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Frank? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good for sold throughs as well. So if you want to find out what your card is actually sold through for in X amount of shape, well, you can look at that. eBay sold throughs are good. Frank taught me that. And then I just listed a few cards on my eBay profile. One I pulled out of a clear cut box last week. I don't know if I told you that, Frank. I don't think I haven't talked to you because I've been super busy. It's a nice little Austin Matthews autograph, 11 of 34. So
nice,
I listed
real nice.
Listed that one. Yeah, hand bombed on there, and then it's I have a few clear cuts that are up there for sale. I listed that one for $7,500. So there's a couple that are going 30 for 3,100, something like that. But there's people out there that may be willing to buy it. If they're an Austin Matthews fan. So there's only 34 of them, and I got one of them.
Very nice.
Another good place to get comps is you can go to the grading companies. You can go to PSA or SGC, and they both have, I think Beckett does too, they have areas on the website where you can see sales from, probably PSA, I think, goes back 2 to 3 years. So you can see the rise and the fall of certain cards. If you go look it up in their population reports.
Yeah,
But,
if you just
having-
sell them at the right time, right?
yeah, exactly.
Does having one of these companies, any one of them, make them more valuable when they're graded by them, or does it matter? A grade is a grade.
Well, PSA is the gold standard. I mean, but Beckett and SGC do a good job too. So
See, I don't know. I've talked to Frank about this before. All the ones that I see, can't get that. Beckett seems to be a little bit more of a tougher grader, and if you get a pretty high grade for those, their cards seem to be listed at a higher price. So whether that makes a difference or not, I'm not sure. But the auctions that I've seen Beckett 9.5s and Beckett 10s at a certain price, and then I've seen PSA 10s and 9s at same card at a lower price, and it seems to sort of follow that pattern. I don't know why. I'm just going based on they're a tougher grader, and it's harder to get a good grade from them, which means the card should be in better condition. I'm guessing. I don't really know, but that's just an observation as sort of like a 4 to 6 month rookie. Everywhere I see it, it seems to follow the same pattern. So even PWCC there, Frank, puts those Tiger rookie cards up, and they'll list it at 62,000, and then I see the Gem 10s from PSA at 31,000. I'm like, well, that's half price. Like, what are you guys doing? So literally they'll have right now there, if you look them up, there's 7 Beckett 10s, 62 grand, and then there's like 5 or 6 Gem 10s at 31,000, and it's still PWCC putting them up. And I'm like, why is it half price for a 10 or a 10? I don't understand the concept. So there has to be some kind of industry thing going on there, or maybe that auction company just does it that way. I have no idea, but I'm flabbergasted at, like, obviously that's still a high price for one card. And I did see somebody auctioning one of those cards off, and that last one went for 31,000 and change. So, you can.
Well, PWCC though is a third party.
Yes.
You submit cards to them, so you can tell them what you want to put them at. Which is,
so maybe one guy has the same
Yeah.
listing 5 times, or 7 times, or whatever it is. It's been up there for about a month, but and then they got all kinds of people watching it or something, but no bids or anything. But
yeah,
that's the thing that has to sell through. But the auction definitely sold through. I watched that auction, and that one did sell through for $31,000. I was like, wow, that's pretty good. I have 4 of those cards.
Jay, look at the Michael Jordan rookie card. We're starting to see a correction in that now. I mean, let's say PSA 10s, golden auctions there set the record. I think they sold one for almost $1 million, and now you're seeing the 10s back down in the maybe 750,000 or some. That you're seeing a correction right now in some of this stuff.
Sign me up for 750,000. Sign me up. Sold.
Well, it had to
I mean,
be
some of
around
this
the
stuff
damn
is
time,
just,
right, Frank?
it's just, out of the realm of the average everyday collector too. I mean, the prices are just
that's American dollars.
skyrocketing. Yeah. I'm talking about American dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be around the dance, right, Frank?
Yeah.
And that card.
Yeah. Actually, Mike, the biggest sale for a Jordan rookie was well after it.
Really?
the dance,
Come up,
the
man.
dance. Believe me, you know that documentary that they did on him started the boom with Jordan, any Jordan card for that matter. I mean, second year,
Sure.
third year, fourth year, the parallels, you know, all the other companies that were putting stuff out. I mean, even his basic cards from let's say Upper Deck in the early '90s. You know, were going for $6 and $7 when they were $1 cards at the most, you know, a year ago. So I mean, that's kind of the stuff that you see. And now the big thing that they're talking about is supposedly there's going to be a documentary on Magic Johnson coming out, and
wow.
they're talking about that should start spiking that Bird Magic Julius Erving rookie card of Bird Magic there, and then their second year and third year stuff will start. You're already seeing a rise in those cards anyway, but you'll probably see an even bigger kick if there's some kind of a documentary on them. So who knows what's going to happen? It's interesting. It's a lot of fun. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it every day. I mean, it's like a day trader, you know, it's kind of like what Jason's talking about. You're selling stuff, but you know, I'm also looking for buys because obviously, you know, I need to have inventory to make money. So, and the stuff that I sell, a lot of people still build sets from. You know, the newer collector is kind of like an individual card. You know, they like maybe Tiger, or they like Ja Morant, or they like Zion Williamson, and they're buying single cards. The collector I'm dealing with still builds sets, and they're looking
That's
maybe to
right.
build the sets that they had in the early '70s or the late '60s, and you know, stuff like that. So it's you know, I have to look for inventory. I've got to keep my inventory fresh, just like a retail store. So I'm
Yeah,
beating the bushes
absolutely.
every day trying to look for, you know, potential things that I can buy to turn around and sell.
Well, if you guys want to, give everybody your eBay store name, Frank, so that everybody can go visit it and check out what you got.
Sure. My name's Frank Guastella, and on eBay, my seller ID is FG Cards.
FG Cards.
Cool.
And we will be
I
awaiting Mr. Helman's store being built under construction
yes,
right now, right?
under
my friend?
construction right now. Absolutely. It's in development because I need to like develop all these cards and find, you know, a bunch that I can sell for quite a bit of money.
You want to show some of the people some of the stuff you've collected before we go tonight?
Myself?
Yeah. He showed
Oh my
Tiger
gosh.
Woods cards.
I got so many here. I just pulled this guy here is the hottest guy in the NHL right now from a Young Guns perspective. So that's Kirill Kaprizov. Okay, so I just got two of those from a break that I was in. Oh, I'm going the wrong way with the camera. Sorry about the lighting, terrible there. But they're going for $250, $300 right now. Non-graded.
What is the break?
So live breaks are kind of like you bid on a team, you pay for the team, and then if your team cards get pulled, you get those cards. So it might be like $50 for a team, or $100 for a team, or whatever the person decides to set the price of the teams. So whatever 27 teams I think in the NHL, and then you just bid on whatever team you want. And then these are the ones I got last week. So I got quite a few cards last week just there. And then there's more in this box here that I haven't even, this is from a couple of breaks. So hold on, got another stack here. So another stack of cards that I got from the breaks, where you're buying sort of one team. I've been buying New Jersey and whoever has the best rookies going on in the league right now. I've been buying those teams for the hockey. and doing quite well on them. So if you hit a very rare card, then it could be worth a bunch of money.
So mostly hockey and golf with you then.
Hockey, golf, and I just got into a little bit of football, and I got a little bit of basketball last week as well. I tried that out just to see, but Frank would be impressed at how many cards I have now.
I'm sure I would be.
Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger. So, and I bought a bunch of Jordan, some basketball stickers actually that are sold through on eBay for $1,100, $1,200, $1,500 each. Graded stickers. So they're going to go in for grading as well. Except I was just talking to the guy tonight that I had the meeting with. That's why I was late. He was telling me that PSA just shut down as of today. Any further grading going in, unless you're doing like a $300 card or something like that, the highest premium card grading available. They've turned it off until July. They can't accept any more cards. They're so overwhelmed with submissions that they can't keep up. That's how big the industry is right now.
They're averaging 500,000 cards a week in submissions.
Yeah,
if that tells you, I've got stuff into PSA that'll I probably won't get back. I submitted it in August. I probably won't get it back till maybe this December, if I'm lucky.
Yeah, I didn't get to submit, so that's okay. But it's I'll wait. I'm like Frank. I have one set of Gretzky from 1982 that I collected, and I have a few doubles that I was going to send in to PSA and see, because they are the only ones that seem to grade that particular set and put it in a registry. I looked into Beckett, and they don't really. I think they only have one or a few cards that have been graded by them for that particular set. PSA seems to have all of them. So it's a 50 card set, and I was going to send, I think, 50 or 20 of the doubles in just to see what the grade comes back as before I send the other 50. It's going to be about $2,000 to get it, a graded $20 a card. So
$20 a card across the board, regardless of what card.
That's for under 500 cards that are under $500.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Right now, unless they change the pricing again. So it's but you can't submit anything anywhere right at the moment. So, but
right.
That's sort of the minimum. And then if you have a really good, I don't know if they keep track of it all, but if you're maybe it's $510 if they look at the sell through, they bump the what is it? They put a what's the thing that they upcharge? They upcharge you.
They upcharge. Yeah.
If it's going to be a 10, which I don't really understand that concept either, but but that's what they do, I guess. I mean, we won't get into my opinion on that. I don't think it's right. How about that? I'm sending in for you do a service. It costs $20. The card is under $500, and then they upcharge you again because it's going to be a 10. Well, just because the card is in really, really good shape, and that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I just want to let everybody know that's on Facebook. We have closed captioning is provided by Molesky Productions. And,
excellent.
In fact, he is watching
Very nice.
right now.
Hey, Maestro, how's it going, buddy?
Hello, Mike.
Yeah.
And then in the golf world here, just aside from the our industry sports cards topics. Oh, well, let's go back to the industry before I go to golf. So I think this pandemic has actually boomed the industry, golf industry, and this card industry, because people are sitting around at home going, I got all this I got all these collectibles, and they just got, researching stuff, and then all of a sudden, whammo, they started sending stuff in, right? Trying
Growth
to
demand,
either
right?
Yeah.
get some money out of the stuff they've been collecting for the years to see if they could maybe get lucky, you know what I mean? So, which maybe they can, and maybe there's, buyers for everything. So I think that's really where this pent up demand came from, is that people are sitting at home for 2.5 months, twice now. At least twice here, we were 2.5 months locked down. So that's 5 months out of the year we've been locked down, and not earning any revenue. That we're trying to find a way to make revenue, and that's why they're sending in a $20 card, or a $30 card, and you send in 100 of those, you got maybe get some money back if you can. I don't know. That just seems to be an outlet maybe that people are looking to make some revenue just because people are in hard times. So I think that's another reason why the industry took off and is ridiculously busy right now. And then golf, yes, my club opens April 2nd, Saturday. So excited for that. And the range is going to be open for warm up, and then both courses, the academy course and the main course, will open as well. So tee times are booked solid right now, I guess, for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, because it's Easter weekend, and then it's supposed to get cold again. So I don't know how long the weather is gonna. Well, I'm sure that'll keep people away for another week or so. But excited to get the golf season going. Now that I'm still indoors right now at the moment till the end of April. Just gonna stay there until at the studio until May 1st, I think, and then migrate over to the club outdoors when the weather's a little bit more decent. We don't get the weather that you guys get in Detroit.
Yeah, it's a lot warmer in Detroit.
Yeah, you got grass growing there. It was 70 degrees there today.
Right.
I mean, it was warm here today. There's still snow on the side of the road here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we
Not in the ditch. In the ditch, anyway. Right, yeah, don't even start. Yeah, the tulips are probably coming up too.
Oh, yeah. We had 2 inches of rain the other night. It was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Greened everything up.
4 hours away from me, and you guys are golfing already. That's just wrong.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I'm just happy for you because
unfair.
A lot of people didn't know that you were locked down for 5 months, and that was not good. But I'm happy for everybody getting back out on the golf course. The weather here has been fantastic this spring here in Detroit. It's been really, really good, and we're gonna have a cold. I wanted to talk to you, Frank, about opening day because it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Baseball?
And
baseball
opening day at Comerica Park, and the temperature at Gametown 32 or 3 degrees, I think, or something. And
they're saying snow flurries too, Mike.
That's right. The I don't know, second coldest opening day in 30 years or something ridiculous, I heard. So have you been watching the Tigers first off? Huh?
Don't send it this way.
Oh, it's coming. It just goes right there. It just goes right to Toronto. It'll just go.
Thank you very little.
You're welcome. Have you been watching the Tigers at all? What do you think their club is this year? Going to be good?
I think they're going to be better than what people think. I mean, I think Inch is a really good manager, and he's considered more of the modern manager. Where they're using a lot of analytics, and it appears as if he's got a plan in mind. And from everything I've read, it's he didn't plan going into this summer to lose games. He wants to have a representative team out there, and I think they're going to be pretty good. I really do. I like they have some good young live arms, and they have some players. I'm not going to say that they win the pennant or anything like that, but I see them, maybe 81 and 81 this year, or at least at 500, maybe a little over. I'm optimistic. I like what I see so far.
I think you're right. I want to absolutely. I totally see that happening. We'll get them going. That'd be good. I mean, young and got some talent. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. You know, and I'm hoping in this day and age of everybody taking off and going back and forth, we can get back to staying at home. You know, back when we had the, you know, Lou Whitaker and Alan Trammell and who else was in that crew? Petrie and
Kirk Gibson,
Parrish,
Darrell Evans,
Gibson,
Morris.
Yeah, everyone Morris staying together, right?
Yep.
And we don't see that anymore in baseball. They just go where they go.
They follow the money, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But, I do miss the teams. What do you think, Helman, about the teams in sports?
The teams in baseball?
Just in general, you know, teams don't stay together to win a championship. They usually separate themselves a lot.
Well, that's because we live in a right now me society, and all these guys have bonuses in their contracts, and they seem to be a little bit more on the selfish side of things versus team. Not all the players, but I mean, I just think that there's far too much of that right now. It's the Me Too society. I'm done with the Me Too society, or the me society right now. You know, they don't play as hard as they should. They just play when they want to. I see it in hockey. You can see the guys, you know, watched the game the other night, and it's like, really? Like, you're not trying that hard. And it's a short season. It's usually, 82 games. There's only 50-some games this year. And they don't seem to be working that hard, and it's still a Stanley Cup.
Right.
And I don't know. With all the bonuses, they just seem a bit selfish. It's not like it used to be.
No, nothing in sports is the same anymore.
No, it's not.
No.
So it's kind of sad, really. But I mean, at least golf's individual. So you know, you're always playing for yourself, and you're pretty much always grinding and trying. So
absolutely. Well, do we want to add anything else, Frank?
No, I think I think we had a good show tonight and talked about a lot of different things and got some different opinions. So
not everything just golf.
Yeah,
that's right. This is kind of what we're going to be doing moving forward, like we've done in the past. We talk about what we want to talk about, and
we're random. We're random. Yeah, we're random. If you want to know, about golf, we'll talk about golf too, and then But I think we're golfed out a little bit by the time we get home. I'm about 60 to 65 hours a week right now teaching, so it's busy.
Busy fella.
Very, very cool. And then it's going to get busier. So tomorrow's lit up. I'm doing a couple of things with the McMahon Golf, the guys beside me, my clients and students, and a couple of their clients too. So just to fill in like some morning time, like not a lot of 9 a.m. people on Wednesday morning want a coaching session. Although there is a few, actually. It's pretty surprising. People being able to work from home now. It's their schedule is very, very flexible. So I'm quite surprised that I'm filled at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. Pretty much every day. And pulling some 9 to 9 shifts Thursdays and Fridays. So it's hectic, but that's why I haven't had a chance to yak at you there, Frank. I've just been like nuts. It's I have people on 5-month programs. We're 2.5 months behind. So not that I can catch them up any faster. They're still 4 hours a month, 3 hours a month, or 2 hours a month. But it's everybody wants to get out and do something because we only started back February 23rd. It's March 30th. It's only been a month and a bit, So and then some of the cities actually just Hamilton, just closer to you guys, they just locked down again. So it's I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Don't even get me started on that either. I don't quite understand all of it, but there's a little bit of hypocrisy here and there. But we won't make it a political show.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching tonight. We will be back when we're back. We'll figure out a regular time we can do this throughout the year. I'm excited. We're going to do it as much as we can. And I hope that all of you have a good night. Thank you guys for coming on tonight.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Mike.
All
you
right.
bet. Thanks.
Have a
Good to talk to you again, Frank. All right. See you guys.
Good talking to you too.